Everyone knows what Big Bang Theory is, but does anyone actually know what it is? I guarantee that 100% of people watching this thinks that they know what it is, and at least 50 believe that the theory is true. And yet, what is that belief, that supposed understanding actually built on? A YouTube video and a 10-minute of an AI explanation? It takes years to grasp a fraction of this theory, and there's maybe 0.02% of people on the planet who can professionally wrap their head around it. Yet somehow we know. And in schools, it's thought that it's the only real explanation, almost like it's the truth. Yeah, then Timmy reads this. The universe was in an extreme hot dense state with literally all of space matter and energy concentrated together, and then space itself expanded everywhere at once, carrying matter along with it, every point rushing away from every other point. And Timmy would go, yeah, nah, it actually makes sense when you think about it, does it? Heidegger, in this work, The Age of the World Picture, pointed a problem that's only became more obvious today. Science determines how we see the world. So what? When I first heard that, I didn't see the problem either. How is it a problem that I see rain as water evaporating and coming back down instead of God crying? But the thought goes deeper. Since the 16th, 17th century, science stopped asking what a thing is and only asked what function it serves. It doesn't talk about what something is in its essence, in its truest form. And here I was thinking, yeah, that's just what metaphysics is. Duh, Heidegger. Science only deals with empirical stuff, obviously. But it wasn't always split like that. In ancient Greece, physics and metaphysics were in the same box. What does that mean? Well, today we think about a rock. It's basically nothing, just an empty object. We don't think past it. We don't even think about rocks at all. We give it meaning and only when we need it. A rock is meaningful the moment I need to work out how much force it takes to smash someone's face in. Its meaning only shows up when we have to use it for it. But the Greeks didn't stop at a use. Sure, a rock is good for cracking some skulls open, but they also asked whether it might have meaning of its own. Maybe there's something in it. Maybe all of nature is worth caring for. The rock had meaning for itself, not just for us. Aristotle described this in a way that used the tool. To him, a rock falling wasn't just an obeying some blind rule, it was moving towards its natural place, fulfilling its own nature. Fulfilling its own nature, its purpose in a meaningful cosmic order. The how it moved and the what it truly was were the same answer. Newton kept the how and threw out the what. We've been living with half the picture ever since. So, where's the problem today? Look, we know rocks don't have nerves. Maybe they have souls. Maybe they don't. We can't say. But here's the thing, we wouldn't even think to ask that question anymore. And that's the point. Because we can't actually live in an empty world, we still need some kind of a story that makes sense of it all. So we take science, which only ever explains how things work, and we quietly treat it like it's telling us what everything is, even though it never claimed to. Take the Big Bang, for example. It's a model, a very well supported one, but still, like every scientific theory open to revision with plenty it can't explain and problems it can get past. It's a model of how the universe expanded. That's it. But we don't treat it that way. We treat it like the final answer to where everything came from, the exact same way people once treated the story of God creating the world. Once we said God spoke the world into being, let there be light. Then oceans, then sand, then this one day, then that the next day. He made Adam out of mud and breathed life into him, a story we couldn't fully grasp. How do you actually picture God breathing life into mud? But we knew the story, everyone did. Now it's the same thing with the Big Bang. Ask someone how the universe started and they'll say it in one breath. There was nothing, then it exploded, then there was everything. They can't do any better than that. They don't know what singularity is, they've never heard of nucleosynthesis. They couldn't tell you why space expanding isn't the same as an explosion. They know the story, same as before, just different words. But here's what actually changed. We got arrogant. Back then, we had an almighty God we knew we couldn't fully grasp, and we believed anyway. Honest about the mystery. Now, we don't believe. We think we know. We act like somewhere out there someone has the full 100% accurate answer, even if we personally don't. And that's worse. At least the old story admitted it was a mystery. The modern one pretends it isn't. And here's the biggest irony: science itself doesn't pretend to have all the answers. Real scientists know it's just the current best model, one that'll probably change in a few years. They know there are thousands holes in it, but the wider public, they believe it blindly and they think it's bulletproof. And then they have the audacity to look at a religious person and go, ah, oh, those blind sheep believing something they can't prove. That's the irony. They're doing the exact same thing, they just don't know it. Science is their religion.